Okay, today we are talking about something huge. Literally, we're talking about that feeling of staring up at a massive project and just freezing. But what if you had a tool that could absolutely shatter that paralysis? Let's dive in. You know the feeling, right? We have all been there. It's that one massive thing on your to-do list. Maybe it's doing your taxes or a huge project at work, and just the thought of it makes you want to shut down. It feels completely impossible to even start. Well, there's a name for that giant, scary task. Let's just call it what it feels like, a monolith. It's this enormous, imposing wall that just pops up in your mind, blocking your path. And this description? It's perfect. For so many of us, especially if you have an ADHD-wired brain, a big project isn't just a list of steps. Nope. It's perceived as one single, solid object. A 50-foot wall of solid concrete with no doors, no windows, absolutely no way to get a grip. So, why does this even happen? This is probably the most important thing to get. It has absolutely nothing to do with being lazy. It's not a character flaw, it is a genuine neurological response. Your brain is literally reacting as if it's facing a real physical threat. See, the issue is that the brain can't easily see the step-by-step path from start to finish. It can't break it down. So instead, it just sees the entire monstrous thing all at once. And that is what triggers that feeling of complete and total overwhelm. And what does our brain do when it perceives a threat? It flips into survival mode. We might call it procrastination, but what's really happening is the brain's attempt to play dead. This is exactly why you suddenly find yourself scrolling social media for an hour, or you decide that right now, this very second is the perfect time to deep clean the refrigerator. It's a flight response. But what if you didn't have to face that wall? What if you had a tool so powerful it could just smash it to pieces? This, my friends, is where we introduce the game changer, the AI Sledgehammer. This is the huge mental shift. The goal is not to find some superhuman willpower to scale an impossible 50-foot wall. No way. The goal is to change the wall itself. You need a tool that can turn that giant, scary monolith into a simple pile of bricks. And AI is the perfect sledgehammer for the job. You can literally seat it, your giant, terrifying monolith, and it will do the brute force work of shattering it into a pile of small, manageable, totally doable 5-minute pieces. Okay, so we've got the problem, we've got the tool. Now for the fun part. Let's get practical. How exactly do you wield this AI sledgehammer to turn that terrifying wall into a simple pile of bricks? This right here, this is your secret weapon. The way you prompt the AI is everything. Notice, you're not asking, how do I do my taxes? That's still a monolith. Instead, you name it, and then you give the AI super strict, super specific rules. Only the first 3 steps, and this is key. Each one must take less than 5 minutes. I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, you've got the terrifying, do my taxes. And on the other, you have what the AI spits back. These aren't even really tasks. They're micro-actions. They are so ridiculously small that your brain doesn't even have time to feel threatened. The magic here is just how absurdly non-threatening these bricks are. Find one envelope? That's not a project, that's an impulse. It's so small that your brain's threat detection system doesn't even fire. This is how you sneak past the guards. You make the first step so easy it's almost impossible not to do it. And here it is, the single most important rule in this entire system. We're calling it the 5-minute rule. If the AI ever gives you a step, a brick, that feels like it's going to take more than 5 minutes, you just tell it, break that down even more. You are always in control of how big the pieces are. So, what's the real mission here? It is not about finishing the whole project today. Forget that. The mission, should you choose to accept it, is simply to start. It's all about igniting a positive chemical feedback loop in your brain. And here's the neuroscience behind why this actually works. Every single time you complete one of these tiny 30-second bricks, your brain gives you a little reward, a little hit of dopamine. That's the chemical of motivation. And that small win gives you the actual physical fuel you need to look at the next brick and think, okay, I can do that too. So, let's put it all together in an action plan. The second you feel that paralysis, that dread, that's your cue. That feeling is just a signal that the task is too big. So you stop. You give that task a name, your monolith, and you ask an AI for just one single 5-minute brick. That's the whole plan. And this is the mantra you need to tattoo on your brain. Forget about the finish line. The only thing that matters is picking up the very next brick. The only goal is to stay in motion, because that forward momentum, no matter how tiny, is how you win. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Right now, think about it. What's that one giant, scary thing that's been hanging over your head? That project, that chore, you know the one. Now that you've got the sledgehammer in your hand, what is the first monolith you're going to shatter?